It could cost up to £6 billion every 2 years to detain and deport migrants who cross the Channel. That's under new laws planned by the government.
2 down, 1 to go for Manchester City, who are on the verge of a historic treble as they beat neighbours United in the FA Cup. And in Scotland, Celtic completed domestic treble of their own, lifting the Scottish Cup.
Breaking records and helping the environment. 6 women attempt to row unassisted around Britain while mapping water pollution in our seas. A protester was detained yesterday at the Epsom Derby after breaking through the cordon and running onto the course during the race. The campaign group Animal Rising had publicly threatened to cancel or severely delay the event despite a High Court injunction. More than 30 protesters in total were arrested.
And a brilliant day for one lucky ticket holder who's come forward to claim the £111.7 million jackpot from Friday's Euro Millions draw.
The lottery operator Camelot said it had received a claim which would now go through a process of validation. If verified, this winner will become the 18th UK player to win more than £100 million in a Euro Millions jackpot.
Can you imagine that moment? I know some people say I wouldn't like to win that much money because it would change me.
Yeah.
I would love to win that much money.
Would it change you though? That's the thing.
Yes, hopefully.
Sure.
Make life a lot easier. What about you, Louise? Would you fancy that?
I'll let you into a little secret, actually. I had got a ticket.
It's you.
I thought you were going to say, yeah.
And I thought, I'm not going to look until the end of my shift. I'm not going to look. And I scanned it and it went bing. It does that little siren when you've won. And then I looked and it said, I've won £2.40.
Well, it's better
Don't let
than
it change you,
nothing.
Louise. Don't let it change you.
Still had to get up at 3:15. Never mind.
Let's have a look at some of today's front pages. The Sunday Telegraph, to begin with, claims the Prime Minister wants to introduce a tax cut of up to 2 pence in the pound before the next election. It's quoting unnamed officials who believe the economy is likely to recover enough to introduce a cut in April.
Meanwhile, the Observer is focusing this morning on Mr Sunak's time as Chancellor, saying his Eat Out to Help Out, God, seems like a long time ago now, doesn't it? That scheme back in lockdown, which encouraged people back into pubs and restaurants, caused a spike in COVID cases. It says the scheme will be the focus of an official inquiry.
The Sunday Times writes that Ukraine has issued a new plea for weapons to enable it to hit back at Russia in a spring offensive. It also carries a picture of Jack Grealish lifting the FA Cup after Manchester City beat their local rivals Manchester United at Wembley.
That they did. The Sun on Sunday reporting that Holly Willoughby is planning to deliver an emotional statement when she returns to the ITV show this morning tomorrow. That's for the first time since that scandal which embroiled her former co-host, Philip Schofield. A quick look inside the papers. We were just talking about Downward Dog.
Oh yeah, the yoga.
And
Yep.
you asked whether I would have preferred it with my cat there. Not necessarily, but I am thinking about getting one of these. Have a little look at this. A super snazzy pet papoose. Because the thing about having a cat, my cat Blaze I adore, but you can't really take them out much, can you? So this is the actor Dominic, what's his name? Dominic Cooper from Mamma Mia. Yeah, so he's got Mr Kitty that he takes out with a space-age papoose, complete with a lookout bubble when he goes for a stroll with his partner Gemma Chan. Now, I think they saved this cat from... they rescued Mr Kitty when they were in Italy filming there, but he had a rude introduction to London Live, falling out of the window of the actor's flat, so maybe that's why they're being extra protective of him. He's very, very
They always land
cute.
on their feet, don't they? That's the idea with the cats. They always land on their feet.
Yes, just throw them out the window.
But those backpacks with the little window, I've been on the train and seen someone with one of those strapped. He's wearing it on the front, isn't he? I've seen someone with it strapped to their back. This cute little face of the cat looking out and just curiously seeing all the other passengers. Really, really sweet.
A
really
little kitty
sweet.
astronaut.
This one, I think this is going to raise some anger in some people. It's the anger over people using headphones in offices and whether it's bad manners if you work in an open plan office to have either your wireless headphones in or, you know, the big over-ear headphones. And some people in this article they've spoken to have said that actually they need it. It helps them concentrate when there's a lot of noise around them if they need to get work done. Some are listening to classical music, which apparently improves their productivity. But others say it's just rude. If you work in an open plan office, you should be open to people coming up and speaking to you, should be easier for them to do that if you're not wearing headphones. Debrett's has weighed in, the etiquette guide, and it said if you work in an open plan office where there's frequent conversation, do not wear headphones.
Oh.
But I tell you, the thing I think is always really rude is when you're in a coffee shop and the people they're serving, they've asked what someone's order is, they've then repeated it back to them, and they're shouting over their headphones. What did you say? What did you say?
I can't say I've noticed this, Ben.
It's like you got
Is it a
headphones
London thing?
You got your headphones in.
Maybe they're just shouting over you.
Yeah.
The opposite, though, in public spaces when people don't wear headphones, on trains, on the Metrolink.
Tell you what's been a life changer is noise cancelling headphones.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've been known to take people on in public spaces for...
not observing the quiet carriage?
for not wearing the headphones, and I always lose.
Oh. It's there.
Just the way it is now, isn't it?
Obviously.
Yeah.